Hey folks, Jim Thomas here, Fitness Management and Consulting, and welcome to our channel today. I appreciate y'all being here. And if you're new to the channel, if you're finding us that very first time, welcome as well. It's great to have you. And our topic for you today, it's what makes your gym business unique. What makes your gym business unique? And I want to give you some examples here. And before we get into that, just a quick reminder that my focus, my mission here on the channel is I want to be able to provide as much information as I can to as many people as I can, across all regions. And the best way I can do that is when you choose to subscribe to the channel, when you choose to like the videos, when you choose to offer comments, which we appreciate, and then when you choose to share the information with friends, associates, and colleagues. And so with that said, if you've not yet done so, please hit that subscribe button. If you've already done it, thanks, we appreciate it. And then to learn more about me, learn more about my company and how we can help take your business to that next level, be sure to check out those links below. And then now let's get into our topic. What makes your gym business unique? What makes your gym business different? And I want to give you some potential examples, okay? And I would suggest, get your key staff together and talk about what makes you unique, what makes you different, what are you doing that's so much better than everybody else. You might find there's some really creative things that are being done. And, it's really not a bad idea to even ask those kind of questions to your members. Before I get into my list here, actually, I'll share a little story with you. This is something that I used to do as a salesperson. Is I would talk to the members, but I would ask them, hey, how long have you been a member? How long did you think about it before you got started? Did you join on your first visit? Yes or no? I'm asking them, what was the reason you didn't? I'm trying to learn as much about them as I can so that I can take maybe those experiences, apply it somewhere else to help somebody else make a decision perhaps a little bit quicker. Okay? But it's the same thing here. Ask your customers, hey, in your mind, what makes us different? What makes us unique? Okay, and you want it to be good things. I know I had one club one time. I asked the owner, I said, "What makes you guys unique?" And he goes, "Well, Jim, there's never any waiting on equipment." And this was the guy that was telling me his membership base was about half what it needed to be. Well, of course, there's no waiting on equipment. We don't want that to necessarily be it. Okay, maybe that's a good thing, right? But let's don't make that it, because you need to double your membership base if you're going to stay in business, okay? So let's really look at, what makes your gym business unique, what makes it different. Let's talk about some examples. Number one, be an expert in your field. Be an expert in your field. And you may be an expert, but what if nobody knows? What if nobody knows? Maybe you've got the degrees and you can work with folks that are injured, and there's a lot of things that you can do. Maybe you're an expert in sales. Maybe you're an expert in management. Maybe you're an expert at customer service. Become an expert at your field. Okay, work at it. And if you're a manager, if you're running departments, you're running the operation, have management training programs to help people become an expert in their field. But then let's make sure people know about it. I mean, I suggest giving out awards. We used to do this all the time with my clubs. Is at the end of every month we'd hand out awards for our top producers. And even for we had a finance manager, I had a marketing manager. Yeah, I had a person in my office that was kind of my executive assistant. We'd give awards to those folks as well, not just say frontline production folks. Okay, because we wanted to promote that we are experts at what we do. Okay, and even going out and doing joint ventures with businesses, hey, here's all the reviews, here's all the testimonials, here's the recommendations, here's what people say. We are the experts at what we do. So become an expert in your field and promote it. Number two, build a top-notch website. Now, the reason I put this on the list is, I get a chance to review a lot of websites, and quite frankly, the majority of the websites that I see, really what they are is an online brochure. Okay, it's almost like, hey, we had a brochure over here. Let's take that brochure and let's just put it online. It's almost like that sometimes. Okay, and if that's what you want, certainly do that. But we're talking about what makes you unique. Create a top-notch website. And when I say a top-notch website, treat it like a storefront. I mean, what's a storefront? You walk in, there's a wow factor. wow, this is fantastic. But also make it easy. I'll talk about this here in a little bit on a more bigger strategy, but make your website easy to do business with. If they're booking classes, if they're buying memberships, if they're trying to communicate with you, make it easy to navigate. Cut down on the number of clicks. Okay, have educational components. Say there's videos on there that are free. There's blogs and articles that are free to learn more information. You might have a merchant section on there. It's a real community-filled, kind of section for you. But create that top-notch website that really sets yourself apart from everybody else. It's money well spent. It's no different than if you go cheap on building your club. It's the same thing as going cheap on your website, because that's just another storefront for you. Okay, and honestly, you're going to have, I see it a lot, that about half the folks that visit your website, don't even live in your trade area. They're outside the trade area, and we want them to consider, buying from us. We want them to consider maybe doing some online training with us, some virtual training. Maybe you've got a membership component online. So there's a lot in there that you can potentially do. But build yourself a top-notch website. Set yourself apart, with that website. Okay. Next on my list of what makes your gym business unique, make them an offer they can't refuse. Make your prospects, your customers, an offer they can't refuse. One of the things that I see a lot of, maybe the majority, is it's discounted memberships. Okay, and really what that's doing, that's extracting out of the audience, by and large, folks that want to buy. Here's a membership we have for sale. We're going to take some money off. We're extracting out of the audience people that want to buy. What I want to do, I want to extract as many people as I can. They don't have to want to buy. The want to buy really is kind of my job. I need to bring that value so high that they want to. Okay, but make them an offer they can't refuse. Depending on your operation, if you're charging higher price points and it's a class environment, maybe it's 3 classes for $19. Money back guarantee. They don't like it, they get their money back. Giving $19 back won't be a hard thing for you. How many people could you potentially get in on something like that? Maybe it's 5 visits for $5, money back guarantee. 10 visits for $10, money back guarantee. Okay, those are easy things to stand behind from a financial standpoint. Okay, and it can really get that word out, because what you're trying to do is you're trying to break down barriers here and make it easy for people to come in. 3 classes for $19. This is specifically designed for classes that you've not exercised in at least a year. You need to lose at least 25 pounds. Money back guarantee. If you're not happy with your 3 classes, we'll give you your money back. Okay, and so make them an offer they can't refuse. The money back guarantee is really nice, and it gives a lot of consumer confidence. 3 visits for $19 as an example. Hey, it's an offer that probably most folks are going to be able to afford. It's easy, and you got more folks to talk to. Next on my list, I alluded to this a little bit earlier, but you want to make it easy for your customer. I want you to think about this across the board. Become easy to do business with. Become easy to do business with. And some of this sometimes is simplifying your operation. I'll go back to, turnarounds that I get involved with. One of the things in a turnaround that you typically see is the operations become too complicated. It's too difficult to run. And so we'll go in there and we'll try to kind of pare it down, try to simplify it and make it easier to run. Okay, because if it's easier to run, it's easier to provide service, it's easier to do different things with our customers. Become easy to do business with. And I know I said it earlier, but even something as simple as 1 click. If you can do it in 1 click, don't use 3. I know it's a simple thing, 1, 2, 3 clicks, but that alone can make a difference. Easy to do business with. Is your website, is it optimized for mobile? Okay, does it load fast enough? I mean, how many times have you X out of a website that took too long to load? Make sure all of these things are in play for you. Next on my list, number 5 here on what makes your gym business unique, give back. Give back. Don't just take from the marketplace. Give back. And I can tell you something that I used to do. We used to do this frequently. is we took, and I had a business element to it, that I had a give back element to it as well. And what we did, this was on, let's see here, this was on, major U.S. holidays, depending on, where you're watching here today, but major U.S. holidays like Memorial Day, July 4th, Independence Day, Labor Day. We'll use those three. And those were typical days that we were usually closed, okay? And kind of the way I always looked at it, when I was closed, I still had to pay all my salaried people. I still had to have the cleaning crew come in probably. Certainly I had to pay rent. AC was running, so I was still paying that. So, I wanted to generate revenue, but I wanted to keep morale high too. I wasn't interested in really damaging morale. And what we ended up doing, we had like these family picnic days at each club. And we had special offers and things like that. But then we'd have like, pony rides and a dunking booth and a tug of war and all these games and events and things going on inside. And it was a lot of fun activities. But what we also did is, the spouses of our staff, they would bring like their grills, their outdoor barbecues. They'd bring those up to the gym, and they were all cooking out. And we'd get donations from the local grocery stores, hamburgers and hot dogs and potato salad and beans and buns and all the stuff. And we were selling plates of food. So folks that wanted to come up and they wanted to eat, they bring the family, and we sold a lot. We sold out in most cases. We'd sell the plates of food for $2, $3, whatever it might be. And we would raise quite amount of money. But then every event that we did, we would associate ourselves with a local charity, and then we would donate it to that particular charity. Okay, those things can work really well. We've done things with on school supplies. Okay, whereas bring in a box of school supplies in exchange for a joining fee. So no joining fee, box of school supplies, or maybe 1 month's free dues. You give us a box of school supplies, and then we'd take all those school supplies, which would be a lot at a certain point, and we'd donate them to the local schools. I mean, there'd be tears and just of joy on that kind of thing. And we'd promote it. We'd send out press releases. The media would be involved. But, give back to the community. Okay. Not only is it good business, but it's also the right thing to do. And it's, it does help make your business unique, because most are too busy kind of extracting from the market and not really giving back to the market. And then finally on my list, and I've talked about this in a little bit, I've used myself as an example, but what makes your gym business unique? You're one of the things that makes it unique. Nobody else has you. Nobody else is going to have you. Okay? It's like when I was in the membership sale at one time, and the person says, well, Jim, why should I join here? What makes you different? And I said, hey, what makes me different is me. Okay, nobody else has me. Okay, and I can commit to you this: you'd like to go ahead and get started here. I will be the one that will see you every time you come in. You need help, I'll be here to help you. But even more important, if you have a hard time getting in, you haven't shown up for a bit, you're probably going to hear from me. But you're going to hear from me more as a coach. Okay, to encourage you, to help nurture you, help maintain interest and desire to get you to come back in. Because what's unique is you. And understand what are you doing that's so different. It's how you greet people. It's how you treat people. One of the things too, when you kind of look at some of this, what makes you unique is maybe our staff is empowered to satisfy the customer. They might have a dollar limit on what it might take to do that, but they're empowered to satisfy the customer. But what makes your gym business unique? It's a great conversation. I'd get the whole staff together. Let's start talking about that. What makes you unique? What is your differentiation? And let's really build on it, because you really build on that, you end up having no competition. So folks, my name is Jim Thomas. My company is Fitness Management and Consulting. I appreciate y'all being here today. And as I mentioned earlier, my focus, my mission here in the channel is I want to be able to provide as much information as I can to as many people as I can, across the globe. And the best way I can do that is when you choose to subscribe to the channel, you choose to like the videos, you choose to comment, and you choose to share. So if you've not yet done so, please hit that subscribe button. And then to learn more about me, learn more about my company, marketing and how we can help take your business that next level, be sure to check out those links below. Whether you need software, you need insurance, you need streaming services, you need marketing, we can help you across the board get that done. And with all that said, folks, we'll look forward to seeing you all in that next video.